Do you want to know the strategy that I use to plan my Walt Disney World vacations? Stick around and watch this video to find out. Hi, my name is Amy. Thanks for checking out my channel. I'm here to help you with your Walt Disney World vacation planning. I want to give you tips and strategies for planning a Walt Disney World vacation that your whole family will love. Today we're going to talk about trip planning strategies. So planning a trip to Walt Disney World is overwhelming. There are lots of choices and decisions to be made. So having a good game plan is very important. There are a lot of ways to attack your trip planning, but I'm going to talk to you about what I like to do, what I think works best. There are lots of resources online that talk about how to plan your trip. I do it a little different than some of those, so I'm going to talk about that today. I am planning a trip in about 63 days, so I'll kind of use that as an example. I think the first thing to do when you're looking at, today we're going to look at just your daily itineraries. I'll do other videos talking about like resorts and dining and some of the other things, but we're going to specifically look at deciding what parks you're going to go to on what days, how many park tickets you will need, like how many days of park tickets you'll want to have. So first thing to do is look at park hours for the days that you're going to be there. Park hours come out several months ahead of time, but they change often. So somewhere write down on all the days of your vacation what the park hours are, and then continue to check those and update those because they can change all the way up to like the week before your vacation. For our vacation, I have written down all of our park hours in my planning calendar. We are going during a Run Disney event, so that'll be interesting. We have not done that before, and it'll be interesting to see how that affects the park capacities, how busy it is. And also Star Wars Land is kind of beginning to open actually tomorrow, and so we'll see how that affects everything. It has affected park hours. They're having a lot more extra magic hours, and I think they're calling them like extra magic hours. Disney likes to do that. So every day that we're there, Hollywood Studios is open extra magic hours from 6 to 9 a.m. 6 to 9. So I would like to try that one day. It'd be kind of interesting to see how that goes. That's also where that's also where Star Wars Land is in Hollywood Studios. So at that point, I don't think it should be crazy busy. But anyway, it'll be interesting. If we get in there and it's crazy, we'll just go to do something else. So not a big deal for us. But when you look at park hours when you're planning your trip, think about your family's regular schedule. Are your kids early risers, or do you tend to sleep in? Does that work better for your family and you can stay at parks later? Do your kids require naps? If they require naps at home, they will really require naps at Walt Disney World. So that's why you want to look at park hours and kind of make a game plan of what works best for your family. What hours will work for you to be in the parks? So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to write down a list of priorities of things that you want to do for sure on your vacation. I suggest writing a list of about 10 things that are your priorities. This can change depending on the number of days you're going, but kind of in general, 10 things that are, we want to make sure we do these. Whether you might have a child that wants to see Mickey Mouse for sure and have their picture taken, or you want to do dining in the castle, riding the monorail, just whatever things are really priorities for your family. What things do you really want to make sure that you get done? And then look at those and see if there's certain times that you can only do that. Maybe it's dining in the castle. So maybe there was only one day that you could get a reservation for dining in the castle. So there you go. You plug that into your itinerary, and now you know that day is a Magic Kingdom day because you have a dining reservation there. And I don't suggest doing more than 10. You want to keep your plan kind of to a minimum of the things that you really want to make sure you do. And then if everything's going well and everybody's happy and you want to spend more time in the parks or you want to go do something extra, you can add that in. It's very tempting to overschedule and overplan and feel this need to do everything and see everything on your Walt Disney World trip. But that is just setting yourself up for a disaster. So I want to help you avoid that. That is the number one mistake people make when they are planning a trip to Walt Disney World, is trying to do way too much in one trip or one day or anything. Just trying to overschedule, getting too much in. I'm going to use our trip as an example again. So our priority list is pretty short because we've been there quite a few times and it's just the two of us, but we are going for a Run Disney event. So that's our number one priority, is putting those events into our schedule. So Saturday morning we will run a 10K. On Sunday morning we run a half marathon. Sunday night we have a post-run party at Epcot. And then at some point we have to do the Run Expo to get our number and run packet. So those are already things that we know. Those go right into our schedule. So we've got that taken care of. The next thing on our priority list for this trip is doing some kind of nice dining. This is a trip for our 20th wedding anniversary, and it's a week before my husband's birthday. So we're kind of trying to figure out what we want to do for some kind of special dining. I haven't completely decided that yet. We've talked about doing kind of some lounge hopping. We're not really people who like to sit down and have a big meal, but I'd like to try some of the foods at the different resort restaurants. So we were kind of thinking that going to lounges at each resort, they tend to have stuff on lounge menus that are in the restaurants. So that's an option for us. Although I did get a reservation at Ohana, which is at the Polynesian, my favorite resort. I've never ate there, and I got an 8:30 reservation, which means we should be able to see fireworks at Magic Kingdom at 9 o'clock. So I'm not sure I can pass that one up. So I have that dining reservation. We'll just kind of wait and see. It's kind of up in the air what we're going to do about that priority for us. The next thing that we want to do is a Disney Vacation Club tour. We have gone through some of the models before, but we've not done an actual sales tour. Kind of just doing it for fun. This, we're also going to do at the Polynesian because it's my favorite resort. And so I want to tour the Vacation Club rooms there. And I'm hoping we get to tour the bungalows. They're crazy expensive, but I'd love to actually walk through one. So that's on our priority list. I do have it scheduled, but I think I'm changing the time that we go to that too. The other thing we have is going to Character Warehouse. It's like an outlet store, Disney outlet store. There's two of them. We're renting a car, so this is a convenient time to just go and check that out. I've not been to them before. I hear they're kind of, hit and miss. You never know what might be there. It might be something really good, and there might not be anything good at all. So that is on our priority list. The only other thing that I really want to make sure we do is see the new fireworks at Epcot, but we will see that at our post-run party Sunday night at Epcot. I should have Star Wars Land on my list, but we are not big Star Wars fans. I'm not really that excited about it, but I'm thinking we'll at least try to check it out a little bit if it's not too crazy. So those are our priorities for this trip. Like I said, some of them already in our schedule because we can't change them. Other things, I just kind of have to see when I can get certain things booked, and then that will determine how many park days we need. After looking at our park hours and our priorities list and things that we know that we have to do on certain days, I'm pretty sure we're just going to do 3-day park tickets. I would like to do a 4-day in case, there's a day that we want to just go for a little while. But to go from a 3 to a 4-day is like a $90 difference. So we'll probably just do 3 days. I was kind of considering for myself doing an annual pass, because, if I got an annual pass now, I would be forced to have to go to make it make sense financially to get whatever, you know what I mean? I would have to go 5 more park days between the time I got my annual pass and when it would expire. So I would have to go again. But anyway, so I kind of thought about getting an annual pass. I haven't decided for sure, but I think what I'll do is buy my 3-day park pass, and then I can decide when I'm there if I want to upgrade to an annual pass, and you just do that at a customer service counter. They'll give you credit for the 3-day park tickets that you have, so that money will come off of what your annual pass is. So that's an option. I love the idea of having an annual pass, not just because of being able to go back again, but I love just the idea of being able to, if I'm at the boardwalk and I want to take the monorail over to Magic Kingdom, I can just walk through Epcot and get on the monorail. I don't know. It sounds amazing to me, but I'm not totally sure it's worth the price. Annual passes just went up quite significantly in the last couple months, so that's kind of a bummer. But anyway, I am getting off track. The strategy that I recommend for planning your agenda for the days that you're at Disney World is to look at your park hours, determine what hours work best for your family or whatever party of people you are with. Then look at your priority list of things that you want to do, and then determine how many park days that you will need. Because it's silly to buy, if you're going for 7 days, it's silly to buy a 7-day park ticket, because you do not want to go to the parks every single day. It's exhausting, and you're on vacation. So you need to take time to relax, hang out at your resort, go swimming, go somewhere nice to eat. There's so many beautiful grounds and number of things to do outside of the parks that you want to have time to do those things. I will put a link below this video. I have a blog post that has a list of 25 things that you can do outside of the parks. That's not true. 25 things that you did not know that you could do at Walt Disney World, like horseback riding or renting a boat or going fishing or doing a Segway tour. Anyway, 25 things that you go look at that list and see why you don't want to have to go to parks every single day. Well, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope this was helpful in your vacation planning. I will be back with more vacation planning videos. So I hope to see you real soon. Hi, my name is Amy. Thanks for checking out my channel. I'm here to help you with your Walt Disney World vacation planning. I want to help give you tips and strategies for planning a Walt Disney World vacation that your whole family will love, and that your whole family will love, so you can come home with a lifetime of magical memories. So let's get started. Today I want to talk about trip planning strategies. Planning a trip is overwhelming. There's so many things to decide. So having a good game plan is important. There's a lot of different ways to go about planning your vacation. There's a lot of resources online for how to kind of go about planning your vacation. I kind of come at it from a different approach than I think kind of most people do. But today Actually, I am in the process of kind of planning our itinerary for our upcoming trip. And to be honest, so here I am wanting to help you plan your Disney World vacations. I have a trip that I don't even have park tickets for yet, and I have to do my fast passes on Saturday, which is 3 days from today. I don't even have park tickets yet. I have to have park tickets in order to make fast passes. So I'm good at planning, but I do procrastinate a little bit. So today we're going to look at your daily agendas for your trip. We already know where we're staying and when we're going. Those were easy decisions for us to make for this trip because we're doing a Run Disney event, so we're just going when the Run Disney event is. And we'll talk about where we're staying and kind of deciding where to stay on another video. So, looking at your agenda for each one of your days. We'll talk about it on a different video also, how to decide how many days to go for. But we are going to be there for 5 full days and a half a day. So I think the best thing to do when deciding how many park days you're going to do, because you don't have to go to a park every single day, is first you're going to write down all the park hours. Park hours come out quite a few months ahead of time, but they do change. So I would write down all of your park hours for every day that you're going to be at Walt Disney World. And then remember to keep going back and checking those hours because sometimes they will change even up to like a week before you leave. This can be frustrating because sometimes you strategically do dining plans to get into the park ahead of time and then they change park hours on you. So I'm just saying that that is a possibility. But we have to start somewhere. So write down your park hours. Then I want you to think about, because this is, to me, the mistake that everybody makes all the time when they're planning, is that look at those park hours, and then you got to think about who is going on this trip with you. Are you taking your family? Do you have, we're just going to say that it's, husband, wife, 2 kids. So you want to think about, okay, do we normally get up really early? The kids early risers, so is it easy for us to do park hours really early in the morning, get some rides done, have some lunch in the park, and then maybe take an afternoon break and go back? Or maybe your family's like, no way. We are on vacation, we are sleeping in, we're going to take it easy in the morning, and then we'll go to parks. That's really important to decide ahead of time. Don't just, you hear some planner telling you, oh, you have to get a rope drop, which is when they let people right into the parks. Have to go to rope drop so that you can get on all the, main rides that have a wait that's an hour long later in the day. So you have to do rope drop. You don't have to do rope drop. If that doesn't work for your family, don't do it. Because if you try, you're going to be miserable. Everybody in your family is going to be miserable. Your day is going to be miserable. And then who wants that? So look at park hours and decide what is best for your family. Then go with that. Because there's strategies you can use all the time for getting on the rides that you want and seeing the characters that you want to see in the parades and all those things. So once you've looked at park hours and kind of have an idea what time of days you're going to go to each park, the next thing you want to do is make a priorities list. You're going to write down 10 things that you want to do for sure on this vacation. Is it that one of your kids absolutely has to see Mickey Mouse and get a picture with Mickey Mouse? And that goes on your list. Do you want to eat in the castle? Do you want to make sure that you ride Splash Mountain? I don't know. Do you want to spend half a day or a whole day or however long you'll have to spend in Star Wars land? But whatever your family's priorities are, write down 10. And 10 can kind of be a lot. But write down those 10 things that you want to do for sure. Then you're going to look at, are there certain things of those things, certain things on your priorities list that you can only do at certain parks or at certain times. Those things then just get plugged into your schedule. You just know, okay, well, I'm just going to say, for example, for us, we're doing a Run Disney event. So obviously, we already have those things in our schedule. The 2 times when we run, we have a post-race party, and we have a race expo that we have to go to. So those are things that are just automatically in our schedule. So we know that those are times we can't schedule anything else. So find out what your priorities are. See if you can kind of put some of those things into your schedule. Then you could make a second list of maybe 10 more things that are like, well, if we feel like we can easily put these into our day and not going to make us crazy, because this is key, don't make your family crazy on vacation, because it won't feel like a vacation and you'll be miserable and you'll hate it. So don't make people crazy. So do your second list of 10 things and see how that looks on your schedule. I always say the best thing to do is to plan less things than what you think are manageable. And then that way, if you have some time and you're feeling like, oh, things are going well, this is good, we have some extra time, or everybody's happy so we can stay in the park longer, then you can add some things. It's just the easiest way to do it. So that is the strategy that I recommend. Look at park hours, build your priorities list, kind of see how you can put that into your schedule and kind of go from there. That's where you're going to start with your trip planning for deciding days. This will also, it's something that you should do far enough ahead of time to determine how many park day tickets you need. I mean, if you're going for a week, you don't need 7 park day tickets, because you are not going to want to go to the park every single day. Going to the park is exhausting. It's a lot of walking. It's a lot of work. Not that it can be relaxing and enjoyable, but you have to just then go into the park and kind of take it easy and walk around and do what you can and not really have too much of an agenda. But park days are exhausting. So do not plan on going to parks every single day. Build in some time to just hang out at your resort. All the resorts are beautiful. And even if you're staying off property, I mean, all of them have nice pool areas. There's all sorts of other things to do. And I mean, you're on vacation, so take some time to relax and enjoy your time together. So that is my main strategy for your agenda for figuring out your park days. Cut that out. And then, like I said, that'll help you determine how many day tickets you need, how many park day tickets you need. And then that gives you're kind of got a good starting point for how you're going to plan out the days of your vacation. Hello. So I hope that helps you. Keep watching for more videos. I have lots more coming up about trip planning and just little tidbits of information like this that really are going to make all the difference in how much you're going to enjoy your Walt Disney World vacation. So hit that subscribe button and that little bell to be notified when I post a video, and I hope to see you real soon.